Mike, that's right. Well, he had a lot to say about the situation, admitting in some regards that there were concerns, that there's things that need to be addressed. But in another sense, he also said that he felt like pretty much everything was done right.
Do you think you should have ordered it to be shut down any sooner, though?
We're going to take a real hard look at that, Bo, and that's what this after-action review process is. What were decisions that are my responsibility here at the Operations Center, and that's going to be one of them, Bo.
Even after he was asked twice more, Turnpike CEO Mark Compton wouldn't say whether he should have shut down the Turnpike sooner to prevent or lessen the disaster that left hundreds of cars and thousands inside them stranded for hours. Compton, though, rather emotional about his own workers.
The folks on the ground worked so hard, admirably. When you think about being in that type of environment from Friday till Sunday with no breaks, my hat goes off to every single one of those people.
But what would the CEO do next time to prevent this mess?
Is it sort of emotional when you think about it?
It is.
Why is that?
It is. Well, you keep thinking about the people that were in there, and you think, if my family was in there, could I do anything differently? I keep coming back with no.
Compton also wanted to talk about what he's proud of.
I was very pleased with the response and the quickness of the response. Good news is no one did die. Good news is there were no significant injuries.
But it was clearly a system failure, something Compton was reluctant to say to us. The Turnpike Commission, though, will have to answer to lawmakers at an upcoming hearing at the Capitol.
Could you guys have shut down the Turnpike earlier, do you think?
Again, that's one of the things we're taking a real hard look at, Bo.
Now, Compton did reiterate several times that his agency, the commission, will take a really hard look at what exactly happened, the different timelines, really get into this as part of their internal review. And then, of course, there's that hearing, and we talked to lawmakers at the Capitol today who said they really want answers. There could be another big snow still this winter. Reporting live from the Turnpike, Bo Berman, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Both